time to talk trench warfare. And you know that the trenches are a big deal in the college football game, especially in the SEC. And honestly, Oklahoma has placed itself in a position where they should be competitive in those trenches. So let's talk about what this defensive line looks like in the interior as well as the edges. There's a couple of players that's been showing up and showing out. We talked about them on the live stream. If you missed it, stick right here and we'll dive into it. But first, welcome to Unfair Sports. I'm your host, Jay. They are pulling up to the channel. This video is powered by our partners over there at BetUS TV. Check them out here on YouTube. They give you some great odds and advice around the betting game. So check them out. They'll get you taken care of where the game begins. So defensive line is cooking this year. And I'm going to be honest, I think this is a possibility that this could be one of the best in the SEC, no problem. PFF dropped their top 10 interior defensive linemen returning in highest grades. And of course, we had somebody on that list, but it wasn't who you thought it would be. That name on there, number 10 on the list, Grayson Halton. Grayson Halton, yes, 6'2", he's about 290 right now. And he had an 84.2 pass rush grade on true pass rushing snaps over the past couple seasons, which is the highest mark of anyone on the list. And his 13.6% pressure rate since 2023 leads all returning FBS defensive tackles, while his 12.5% pass rush win rate is best among returning Power 4 interior defenders. Grayson coming back, baby. And he's going to probably, this is his breakout year. This is the year for him. But even with him coming back and the way the line is looking, we're doing something that we haven't done in a couple years. We've got 7 dudes, 7 on the defensive line over 300 pounds. And y'all know that that's an important metric. I point it out every time I talk about the trenches. It's a critical one because if you got enough dudes you can rotate it over 300-pound range, and they've got enough athleticism to play, you become a problem in the SEC. We saw how we were doing well in the Big 12, where teams we played against, well, everybody we played against, went into max protection because of the size of our defensive line. SEC, they don't do that. But you also saw a massive increase in sacks in comparison to our time to Big 12. They can't go max protection all the time because the talent level is not there where they are able to do it. So OU's got that. But let me tell you about some of these players that are breaking out. But first, shout out to our partners here at BetUS. They're going to hook you up. They've got their channel going, BetUS TV here on YouTube. Go check them out for all of your odds. And right now, SEC team regular season win numbers up. Oklahoma's sitting at 6.5. And what's funny is that at the over on it is minus 115, meaning Vegas finds that as the favorite, that we will go over 6.5 wins. So you know I'm going to jump on there. I've already taken the over. Probably going to put a little more on it because I feel more confident on it. If you want to get into action, you can do that at BetUS as well. Check them out over also at BetUS TV. They will get you taken care of and help you with all your odds needs in the game. So check them out, BetUS, where the game begins. So on the defensive line, when I'm looking at this, one player on defense on the interior side has been jumping out, and that's Marcus Strong, 303-pounder. So before I jump onto him, let's look at the numbers we got 300-pounders on this team. You've got Stoney, you've got Trent Wilson, you've got Ace Hodges, Dominic Williams, David Rawaye, as well as Jaden Jackson, Marcus Strong. So you know Jaden Jackson, he's not practicing right now. He had shoulder surgery, so we're not going to we're not concerned about him. He's a freshman All-American. What else do we need to see? All we need to do is see him, make sure his technique is maintaining greatness and he's getting better each practice. So I don't think we have a problem with him. But Marcus Strong and David Stone have been showing out in practice. Now they've got these additional snaps, and it sounds like both of them are fighting for their way on the field. In the 6-man rotation, I have Marcus Strong in your 3 deep. He's probably going to be out there with probably Nigel Smith in the 3 deep with David Stone, Grayson Halton together, and then Jaden Jackson and Dominic Williams. That's probably your 3 rotations right there. And if you've got 6 guys you can rotate like that, you could be dangerous in the SEC. I think Nigel's about at that point where he's ready. But I'm now also wouldn't be surprised, as one of the reports that came out recently is that Trent Wilson is one player to keep your eyes on. Sounds like he may be a threat to try to push his way in there, because we already know that he's mean. I mean, not like legitimately mean, but he just doesn't smile. He's all about that business. All his interviews, and I love it. That's what we're here for. He's one that is also pushing. So as we continue the sunshine pumping on what we got, I truly believe the defensive line is going to be great. On top of that, let's look at the edge room. Because, of course, Marvin Jones Jr. coming in has added a spark on one side of the field next to R. Mason Thomas. So you feel really confident with that, but then you have to go behind it. But what it sounds like is the next person that's showing up and showing out is Daniel Okoye. Like, he's already got the build. And when me and Coop was talking about it on the live, you're going through a lot of different names you can go through, but he's got the David Ugwoegbu size, but he's a heck of a lot faster. And he's not built to be a linebacker. He's built to be an edge rusher. And Ugwoegbu should have been an edge rusher, but nobody thought about that. Well, you didn't have the bodies for it, but I digress. Danny's a legitimate 6'3", 6'4", 250. I actually think he's probably close to 255 now. Him and Marvin Jones next to each other, nasty. That's your rotation with those two. PJ with R. Mason, nasty. And supposedly PJ, who's now finally at 260 pounds, is exactly where this staff wanted him to be. And he's giving you the game you want. And so all the reports are saying that he's ready to have a breakout, and so does Danny Okoye. But you've also got some young bulls right behind them ready to contribute with that. And Taylor Wine as well as Wyatt Gilmore. But I'm hearing Taylor Wine is also a name that's showing out. And Wine's at almost 270. Sheesh. 6'4", 270. Put it to you this way. The defensive line, not only the edges and the interiors, with everybody being over 200, basically over 250 pounds on the edge, and everybody being over 280 pounds on the interior defensive line, I think we'll be fine here in the SEC. Feels SEC ready to me. Let me know what y'all think. Hop in the comments. Definitely want to hear your thoughts. Who do you have in your depth chart? Because for me, my starters are R. Mason Thomas, Jaden Jackson, Dominic Williams, with Marvin Jones Jr. Right behind him is Danny Okoye, David Stone, Grayson Halton, and then PJ Adebawore. Then, of course, if you want to go 3, Taylor Wine with, who I want to put there. We'll go ahead and do that. Marcus Strong, right next to Nigel Smith. And then at other edge, we'll probably put Wyatt Gilmore as that other one. So that's probably, that to me, is your 3 deep on the defensive line. Okay. Shout out to BetUS. We appreciate them hooking up the channel, sponsoring all of our Sooner Room reviews. Go check out those odds I have up for us for Oklahoma and the win total. I promise you, I think we're going to hit over that with ease. We'll chop it up. We'll start offense next. Those will come in all week long while I'm out. So don't talk about me in my shirts. But we'll have that going as we prepare for the NCAA tournament. Oklahoma is playing in the NCAA tournament this year, which is a shocker, but, to be excited. We'll talk soon. Peace.